Right, we are back. So many of you have tuned in and seen how we make this etched effect with just baby lotion and a stencil in our mould. I wanted to show you this because these are absolutely awesome. So I got these in yesterday, and this is a 4-inch coaster mould. I'll pop the links in the description, but look at these, and they fit like a glove inside our mould. Now this stencil set come as a set of 25. Most of them, well, nearly all of them are Christmas themed. There's lots of different designs that we could use. I'm not going to go through them all now, but there's loads. Baby's first Christmas. There are loads, but I'm going to stick with, I think, just the Home Sweet Home one for now. And as mentioned, when it comes to text, you need to work out which way you want the text to be when you demold the piece. So if I put it in that way, the text is going to be at the back or the bottom of the piece. If I put it in that way, it's going to be at the front, which we can then do, say, a bloom over the top. It's up to you how you want to design it. But I'm going to do mine at the back because we are going to make a lamp. So I got these in for Amazon and I didn't check the sizes properly. It's a very thin, so I'm going to have to just modify mine for the purpose of the video. But what you want is a groove that's as thick as your coaster mold so that it can just slot inside. This is USB, push of a button and it comes on or off. We're just going to push that stencil down as good as we can. I just hope I can peel it out afterwards. I really don't even know if this is going to work yet. We will see. So we take our baby lotion. Now you're probably wondering why my bottle is a little bit crimpled. So my last video I had lots of bubbles using the heat mat. So what I did was I popped this in a bag and put it in some really hot water, and it's kind of melted the bottle a bit. So be careful if you try that. I was hoping it would lower the viscosity enough for all the little micro bubbles to escape. So I'm just going to apply some of the lotion over the stencil. And then comes the swipe. And just a plastic card. We are just going to work that lotion evenly over our design. Make sure there's no gaps. Now is the moment of truth. Just want to pop the stencil out carefully, which will leave our design. A bit of a messy M, but we can clean that up a little bit. But look at that. So now I'm just going to use one of my silicone tools just to make that M a little bit sharper in the places where it's gone a bit dodgy. Now you could, if you wanted to, spend a bit of time and infill these little gaps, or you could potentially cut them out of the stencil if you're careful. You don't want to mess the stencil up though, so I think it would be best to kind of just carefully pop some lotion in the gaps. I think that will do. And this time I'm also going to put my heat mat on a lower heat. So last time I had it turned up. Blue things, looks like I've murdered some Smurfs. So I had it turned up fully last time. I'm going to put it about halfway. And it should be ready to cure or ready to demold in around 2 hours. And we are using the collab resin for this. Okay, my resin is mixed. Now this time I'm going to go in with a couple of drops of the Rainbow Marabou alcohol ink. Now I don't think they sell this anymore. If they do, I think they might have changed the name of it. But if you go back to hashtag 115, I do show where you can make your own, which is much cheaper. There's 3 drops in there. I'm just going to thoroughly mix that in. You can't really see it at the moment, but I'm hoping it's going to give a nice sparkle. I'm not sure. I went in with another 3 drops. You can't have enough of this stuff. Never too much. So I'm going to have to pour into the biggest space that I have, which I think is down here. Just so I'm not pouring on top of the lettering. Now I'm going to have to take it slowly and just wait for that resin to move over the lettering. I could run it around the outside and just move around that space. I haven't tried pouring it on the lettering yet. I don't really want to yet. And there you can see that sparkle. So I'm going to turn my heat mat on now, about halfway on my dial. There are no numbers, which is really not helpful. And we'll see you for the demo. But before that, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks, and to any new subscribers. We only recently hit 60,000 subscribers on this channel, and we are almost at 65,000. So hit that button, it is free. Okay, we are all set, and there's a lot less bubbles. Well, it's a much better result than my last test using the heat mat. So let's pop it out. Now, I did have a concerned viewer. I just replied to a comment. She said that she tried this and it had marked her mould afterwards. Now, I've not experienced that with testing, so if you have, let me know in the comments. But as a disclaimer, just in case, nobody else has mentioned it, but just bear in mind that it could. It only takes one person to have the issue, and I obviously need to let you know that it could, but I've not experienced it yet. I'll just check this mould, because it could depend on the quality of the mould as well, I suppose. I just don't know. I can't really see, I can't see any marks on my mould, and I did show it in the previous video after cleaning. I can't see any marks on mine, but just a disclaimer just in case. Okay, let's see on the flip side. I could spend a bit more time cleaning it, but it looks really sharp. And look at that. Now, this is a great alternative to kind of etching if you haven't got a laser, because you can laser etch. Some of the glitter looks like it's sunk there, but you could make molds out of this, so you've got a permanent mold, so you don't have to redo it. You could do so much with this, as mentioned before. So let's see what it looks like lit up. Right, sorry for the wobble. Are you ready? And there it is. I think I went in a bit too heavy with the glitter, but it definitely does add a really nice sparkle. And what's great is you can swap these out whenever you want. And you could, if you wanted to, block in some of this gap in the lighting with some cork. Cut down some cork sheet. Whatever you like. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment if you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. That is awesome. See you for the next one. Bye for now.